On the very first episode of this, I was like hella flexing that I got my tripod for like $15. And guys, we're at like the eighth episode, I think. I think this is number 8. And this thing did just fall apart on me. Like at any moment, it might tip over. So if this episode is cut short, sorry. Like, hopefully, just my phone doesn't break. I already low key broke the little microphone attachment that is in my phone. Luckily, I don't use the part that I snapped off, but the tripod did fall with my phone. So welcome to the danger pod where my phone could fall at any second. Like, I'm not even sure if this is a straight angle because if I touch my phone one bit, it might topple over. Like y'all don't even know the setup. Like Alex, he saw it last week. My phone is on a tripod that previously just broke, as we mentioned, but that tripod is sitting on top of a 500-piece puzzle because it's not tall enough. So I know I need to invest in better equipment. I will invest in better equipment, but for now, this is what it is, okay? So, yeah, welcome to the I'm Doing This Okay podcast. And I'm doing this at any cost, any will, any amount of determination will make me continue to do this. And I think I should. All right. Okay. Don't know who I am. I'm Angel Clade. I always start like that. Y'all know who I am. Okay, I'm Angel. Hi. Hey. It's Angel. Angel's house. Woo. Okay, and we're doing the podcast. Also, everybody should be grateful for right now. Everybody should be extremely grateful. All my 3 followers, y'all should be grateful because not only did my podcast tripod just topple over. I'm not cutting it. Not only did my tripod topple over before starting this is also the perfect opportunity for me to take a nap. And what am I doing instead? Filming a podcast episode. So you're welcome. You're welcome for the entertainment. Oh wait, I had stuff. I had sticky note of stuff I wanted to talk about. Okay, I'm sorry I'm going out of frame. But that's just we're just keeping it real this episode. I don't know. I was so ahead last week filming with Alex. I had like filmed so early in the week and edited everything and then posted it. And this week I am literally back to filming the day before. Okay, but I've been on a roll. Okay, that's the thing. I just been out having fun. It's been a wild time, okay? This weekend I went home to see my family, took my niece skating. And then after that, I had a party of my own on Saturday. One of Angel's iconic parties. Tap into the first episode if you want to hear more about the house party movement that I'm trying to start. And honestly, it was such a vibe. Me at my own party, it was such a vibe. But it was so fun. Okay, and there was so many more new people, and I love when new people come to the parties because like I don't it's building community, as I said. I love building community. And I just think it's fun to meet new people. And then also it was like low key, like 7 people I had never even met before in my house, which is kind of weird, maybe, but they're friends of friends, so it's okay. And they were chill, they were cool. So shout out to them for coming into my home and partying it up with me, okay? So that was Saturday. And then Sunday, it was my friend Asa's party, which I mentioned Asa on the podcast before. And I also want to get Asa on here. Asa, we need to film together. He's not listening to this, but I already told him that we needed to film. We literally have been talking about it since 4th of July that we needed to film together. And now it's literally August. But we will film together. We will film a pod. Maybe that will be my next guest. But it was Asa's birthday. So, of course, we had to turn up for Asa. I literally, I be listening to these girl podcasts who live in California, and I low key be picking up their slang. Okay, but low key is Atlanta, right? I mean, I feel like low key is worldwide now, but maybe it started in Atlanta, or maybe I'm just trying to claim it because I'm an Atlanta girly now. Oh, we need to talk about that too. I will talk about that too. Okay, listen. Okay, I'm all over the place. See, this is why I like filming the episodes by myself because I can just like jump, 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 jump. with Alex last week, I love Alex. Love you, babe, if you're listening. Um, but then I felt like I didn't want to step on his toes when we were talking about stuff, so I didn't want to be like boom, 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 bap, boom, bap, boom, bap, rap, cap, you know. But that's how my brain works when I'm by myself. So sorry for the gibberish. Okay, but we're talking about parties. Okay, we're talking about parties, and then we got to talk about Atlanta, and then I have another list of things that I want to talk about. Okay, but parties. Okay, so I stayed up literally. I almost dropped my Coke. Stayed up till 3 a.m. Saturday night. Then Sunday night, stayed up till 2 a.m. Had to get up for work Monday morning at like 6:30. Stayed up Monday night till like 1 a.m. Had to get up at work Tuesday at 5:30. It's Tuesday today. Yes, I'm filming this the day before it gets posted. I'm sorry, guys. It's so last minute. I'm sorry. I can't even pretend not to be last minute. Okay, but he literally got up 5:30 this morning after being on a run of staying up 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 1 a.m. So I say that I got up at 5:30, but high key, I stayed in bed till 6 a.m. when I was supposed to be at work at 6 a.m. And I didn't get to work until 45 minutes late. Oopsies. My bad. Sorry, I'm just a sleepy girl. Also, I'm on my period. Give me a break. Okay? I don't know. I just feel like I should not be obligated to do anything while I'm on my period. It doesn't seem fair. So, no, I'm not going to get to work on time. I'm literally bleeding. I'm gushing blood, and you want me to come to work on time? No, can't do it at all. I won't. I refuse. Okay. So, yeah, that was today. Got to work 45 minutes late. Mm hmm. Mm hmm. Mm hmm. All right. But it's fine. Cause nothing matters because I'm in charge over there. Okay. But then I got home, took a nap, and I don't know why I'm going through my schedule of the day. I guess that's what we're talking about now. But then I went to do an open mic, and then I just got home from the open mic, and see, this is what I'm saying. This could have been my nap time because I plan to go out again to Limerick tonight. All right. But I passed up my nap. I passed up going to a different open mic, and here I am filming for you lovely people. So you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I have been on my grind though, so good for me. I guess I need to. This is the thing too. In the last episode, I was like, I need to prioritize rest. I'm working on it. Okay, it is a work in progress. I just haven't been working on it the last few days. But at the end of this week and next week, I'll reset. I will. I need to figure out a schedule, definitely, because I can't keep doing this to myself. Okay. But I hope tonight I'm going to be in bed before 1 a.m. That's good. That's fair. And I don't have anything on the schedule for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I don't have to host my usual mic that I host on Wednesdays, mozzarella mic. Um, so I might not do mics at all. Also, that sounds sad. So maybe I will, or maybe I should do something else. I'm trying to finish this craft project, so maybe I'll do that. Or I can read. Look, okay, listen. Yesterday, I started reading again. That's good. That's something. We're picking up skills again. So yeah, shout out to me for reading. Shout out to me for being an educated boss, babe. Okay. Period. 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 Okay. This is what I was gonna say on Atlanta though. It is about to be. Today is the 5th. Oh, literally. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is my Atlanta anniversary. My Atlanta versary is tomorrow, guys. I have lived in Atlanta officially 1 year. Wow, claps to me, props to me. I it doesn't it's not that big of a deal. I just like making big deals out of anything, okay? Anything can be a celebration if you want it to be, okay? So yes, I've been living in Atlanta for a year. And yes, I have lived 45 minutes from Atlanta my whole life. But this is an accomplishment, okay? Cuz I'm a big girl now who lives on her own. Cheers to that. Put your cokes up. No, it is my Atlanta anniversary, but low key, I was almost kicked out of my apartment, guys. I forgot to re sign my lease. And I had like literally like 3 days to figure it out. But I'm here and I'm still here and I'm glad I'm still here because it would have been a struggle to move all this shit. Like I would have had to call movers because there's no way. Like I could not do it on my own. I was about to be homeless for real. I want to be homeless. I would just have to go to my parents' house, 45 minutes outside of Atlanta. Not that bad. But who I this it's so much junk in this apartment. Like I need to do a deep clean. I said that with my clothes too, 2 episodes ago. But I do one weekend I think I'm gonna dedicate to just like getting rid of all the junk because since you live alone, there's just stuff that ends up in drawers and you just don't see it ever again. I literally don't need half of this stuff. But I love my little maximalist lifestyle. That's why I have all these paintings, pictures, portraits. It's lovely. It is. Yeah, it is my Atlanta anniversary. So let me think of some things that I love doing in Atlanta since moving here. I really love the botanical gardens. I do. Shout out to the person who gave me my membership. I think that's one of the highlights of living here. I think it is for real. I plan to go again on Sunday, so I'll give y'all an update on how the gardens are looking. I won't, but yeah, this something. I think I also really like I didn't know that I would be a city girl for real. Like I lived in the suburbs. I lived in like Athens, which is like a small city. Um, but I do like living in Atlanta because I like how close everything is, and there's always something to do. Literally, always something to do. You could just search like sword fighting in Atlanta, and you'll find a sword fighting crew. It is interesting. Like any type of people you want to surround yourself around, you can find them. And I guess that is true of Athens too, because it was a college town, so there's a lot of people coming from a lot of different places. Um, but I also love Atlanta for how black it is. Shout out to the blacks. We love y'all. We love y'all. I do. It's great. And Athens didn't have that. And it's just like more opportunity, not only when it comes to comedy, but just in general career, of course, which I don't know what I'm doing with my career. We don't have to talk about that right now. We won't ever talk about that because I don't know what's going on when it comes to my work life. I'm just coasting at this point. But yeah, definitely more opportunities, career, comedy, overall happiness, dating if I wanted to do that. But I don't. As I said, I tried, I stopped. Okay. At Ace's party, I was outside taking out the trash because I'm a good friend. I take out the trash 2 times. Not even at my house, at somebody else's house, at their party, okay? Pat me on the back for that. Yes, I will be giving myself props for that. But I was taking out the trash and this guy asked me for my Instagram and he told me to send him my number, but I didn't. And then he texted me on Instagram and he's like, hey. And I was like, hi. 5 hours later, I responded, hi. Because you can't act too needy, you know? No, because I was busy. I was working. But then he texted me his next message. Never met him before, except in the parking lot while I was taking out the trash to give him my Instagram. His next message was, what you doing? Not even what you doing. WYD. I don't even know who you are as a person, and your first message out the gate is WYD. Get out my DMs. Get out my face. Like let's do more. Give me more. Give me something, please. So I left him on red. Cause what is that? WYD. Don't WYD me. You don't even know me. Ask me what's my story. Ask me what's my lore. Ask me what's my biggest secret. Ask me what's keeping me up at night. Don't WYD me. What the? Sorry. I'm getting aggressive. I'm sorry. But WYD. Ugh. Men. No, it's funny. It is funny because you be hearing the girls. There's one girl in specific that I have in mind, and she's like very much anti-men, like in a way that's like not even appealing, like not even appetizing at all. And low-key it turns me off to talking to her, but she's kind of nice, so like I tolerate it. But I do be like, what is wrong with her, and why is she talking about men like that? Like, and I hate to be the defender of man, but your whole personality should not be men suck. And I say that, and then I get on this podcast, and every other week I'm like, ugh, there's something wrong with this man. So, maybe this is what the cast calling the skillet hot. What is it? What is the saying? I always mess up sayings. Like didn't grow up on sayings like that. What is the saying? The hot calling the bottle kettle hot. The kettle calling the pot hot. Is that it? Somebody let me know in the comments because I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. I wanted to say also, I've 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 started something, okay? Maybe this is why I started reading again because my life is low key a fairy tale in this moment. Okay, listen, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. Okay, I don't know. See, I was like, I needed to take a nap. I have so much energy right now. Who needs a nap when you can just start podcasting and get all your energy up? You can just drink your Coke and then start yelling at the camera. Like, that's what you need. Forget a nap. Start talking to yourself for an hour. That will cheer you up, okay? I gotta get comfy. Gotta get my blankie. Sorry, I forgot it for half the episode already. But my life is a fairy tale. Listen, okay. Have y'all read the book Dash and Lily? Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, okay? Or it was also a TV show, Dash and Lily Book of Dares. Okay. You probably haven't, and also I'm talking to myself, so I'm gonna explain the concept anyway. But anyways, it's Dash and Lily's. I'm not gonna cut it. Dash and Lily Book of Dares. Sure, that's the title. Roundabout the title. Um, but basically, it's this book about Dash and Lily, and one of them I don't remember who. One of them leaves a book in a bookstore, and the book is like a dare book. So you do the dare, and then you leave the book somewhere else, and then the next person goes and buys the book, and then it keeps going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth like that. Okay? Y'all get it? Y'all get the concept. Okay, but eventually one person like misplaces the book or like somehow something doesn't get completed and the book doesn't go back where it belongs. This is all very relevant to what I'm going to say next. So sorry for dragging you along to the plot. And also, spoiler alert. Okay, but this book has been out forever. I read it literally during summer reading in 8th grade. So sorry. Sorry for spoiling the book. One of the only books that I read, okay, growing up in school because I was not reading summer reading. I was literally just like skimming pages and like finding quotes. I did not read anything. But this one I read. Maybe because it's a romance, and you don't know, I'm a romance girly at heart, okay? But anyways, so the book gets lost, and so there's no way to figure out to connect these people anymore because the only way that they were communicating was through this book. And so then basically the plot is like how they get connected again and they fall in love, okay? So that's that story. And I, in real life, had my Dash and Lily moment, okay? As I mentioned, like 2 episodes ago, I think, I went camping to this camping trip with 100 black strangers, okay? And I was telling them about this comedy show that I had. And one of them in specific doesn't have social media, doesn't give out his number anymore. Um, Kind of red flag. Low key, like, I don't know. He was like, he had to delete his number or like change his number and delete all his contacts and like literally like separate from him from all his friends. Low key red flag. Like, what happened there? What's the lore? I'd like to know. But yeah, so whatever. Okay. But he doesn't have social media, doesn't give out his number. And so for this comedy show that I was doing, he literally like put it in his phone calendar to go. My Helium funniest Atlanta's funniest competition. Put it in his calendar to go. Okay. So then he shows up at the comedy club and it's such a surprise because I don't realize that people are using calendars anymore. I don't think that's a thing. Like, I wouldn't even think to look at my phone calendar, but he does. Okay, and she shows up, and I'm like, oh, what a surprise. And so then we chat a little bit, but he showed us up like hella late. Like the show is low key already over, and I'm like, okay, so you missed me doing comedy, but if you want to like keep hanging out since you just got here, we're gonna go to this bar, our bar, after. Okay. So I tell him this, okay? And are y'all seeing how this is connecting to Dash and Lily, okay? So then, again, no way to contact this man. He shows up at our bar too after. Great, fun. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. He has now followed me to two places. Not in a weird way, in a friend way, okay? Okay, in a friend way. But then, oh, I have something on that too. In a friend way. Ugh, back to I hate men. Okay, that was too much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the video watchers. I did flick off the camera. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Look. Okay, so now we're at the bar at on Edgewood at our bar, which mind you is a good 45 minutes from the first club. Maybe 30 minutes, like 30-minute drive from the first club, but he meets us there. So then we're at our bar and he was like, "Oh, I missed your set. Is there anywhere else that I can see you do comedy?" I'm like, "Okay, great. This is a great week because literally tomorrow I am hosting a show at Mozzarella Mike at Rocky Mountain Pizza, and I will be there the whole time from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. You can come anytime, and I'll be there, okay?" And I tell him this again, not expecting him to show up, but he does, okay? And so he shows up, and now this is our third stop. His third stop of finding me, just like finding me, no connection to me. He just shows up, and so when we're chatting at the mic, but then I, of course, I'm doing my hosting duty, so I can't really talk that much, okay? And then eventually, I see that he has to leave, and he's leaving, and he says bye, and I'm like, okay, he says bye, but he doesn't know my next stop. He doesn't know my next stop, guys. How is he gonna find me? Okay. And so I'm like, okay, bye. Still trying to host. I can't just drop the show to be like, hey, find me here next, you know? And I kept like, oh, where are you at next? And then he just leaves and disappears into the night. Okay. But like maybe like 10 minutes after I see him come back in, but again, I'm hosting. So I can't just like stop what I'm doing to be like, hey, like, here's my number or whatever. I don't know. And so I see him come back in and he's like standing in the back. So I don't know if he like asked the bartender like how often are we doing that show, or if he like asked anybody like how they can connect with me. I haven't seen a follow. I haven't seen anything from him. Again, he doesn't have social media. So I'm like, I hope that it is like a Dash and Lily thing where like in 2 weeks when Mozzarella Mike starts again, maybe he'll just pop up. Or is this a person who I met one time at a camp? He followed me to 3 different stops, and now he's forever out of my life. Spooky. Like that is a fairy tale. Who knows? What's the next chapter of the story? Because we're at a cliffhanger, guys. We are at a cliffhanger. Like, will I ever see that man again? I, I don't know. I don't know. And that is crazy to me. Like, we were really having a Dash and Lily moment, except I was the only one leading the charge, and he did not give me any clues on how to find him. But now the Book of Dares is lost. And so I don't know how we're going to be reconnected again. So maybe it'll be a love story. It probably won't be because he's weird. But if it were, this would be a crazy origin story. Don't you think? I think it would be. So, where are you? Where are you, mystery man from camp? Let me know. I have so many camp stories. That was really just like a big part of my life, I guess. I guess it's more interesting to talk about than what I usually do because all I do is comedy. Like there's nothing else. The same thing. A bomber said I do good on a set. A bomber said I do good at a set. Like that is it. You know. Um, I will say yesterday I went to the writers' room for comedy, a comedy writers' room, and one of the teachers, well, the teacher who was leading it, We had been on like one show together, but previously like I had introduced myself to him before the show because he had like a really funny set at Star Bar. So I said hey to him at Star Bar. We were on one show together, and literally haven't seen this man in months. And he knew who I was. Like he was referring to me by name, knew what I had going on in my life. Like he was like talking about the shows that I hosted and stuff like that, and made me feel good. Look, guys, people know who I am. People who are basically famous know who I am. So check yourself before you wreck yourself, okay? Okay. Please. Cheers to that. I need to stop saying cheers to that. I just don't know what to do. I'm gonna break. I'm gonna cut the part of me drinking, but just you know, okay, guys, we don't need this. We don't need the explaining, but I am gonna keep it in. Okay, we're keeping it. Okay, and now I'm gonna take a sip of my crispy Coke. Maybe I'll keep that for ASMR. My gulp. I shouldn't drink Coke because it makes me burp a lot, and that's not good when you're trying to talk to a camera for an hour. Gives me indigestion. I I had to take my car to the shop again. My car breaks down every 3 months. It's crazy. I was missing my brake caliper. I don't know what that is, but every time I tell somebody, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you could have died." And that's not good. I don't did it fall off? Am I missing my brake caliper? I don't know. Did somebody steal it? I don't know. But I was missing it. So my brakes were messed up very badly. And there was also like four other problems with my car, but I could only afford like half of that. And barely that. It did go on my credit card. I am in much more credit card debt. Yay! Gang gang, credit card debt gang. Yes. Um, but yeah, I don't know what happened to it. And I think the problem is every time I go get my car fixed, it is like the situation where they're like, here's a list of 10 things that are wrong with your car. And I'm like, okay, thank you for that list. I can only fix two. I can only afford to fix two. So then I go back and they're like, hey, here's a list of 15 things wrong. I'm like, all right, heard. Not going to do any of that, which isn't good. So I probably have to buy another car. And I cannot afford that, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I brought this all up to say I wanted to talk about my father. No, I'd be scared to talk about my family because I don't want y'all to know who they are. I don't know. I'll just say this: it's interesting, not interesting. Having a black dad. Having a black dad is like great, lovely, but they do. Maybe all dads, yeah, just like try to be providers, and like if they cannot do it, it's like they're soul crushing if they can't do it by themselves. And I think it's also a difference because my dad only had daughters, so his job is to take care of all the women in the family. Like we literally only have girls in our family. Even my nibbling is a girl, a niece. I have a niece. So I think he does like take a lot of responsibility to make things right. And so he does a lot of car work by himself. Shout out my dad. But sometimes he be messing up stuff. But I can't tell him that because that's just going to mess up with his pride. And I'm so thankful for him. But literally, I went to the shop one time and they're like, so who did this? Because your wires are crossed here. This is on backwards. This is the wrong size. This is unscrewed just a tad. And your wheel looks like it's about to fall off. Who did this? And I was like, my dad. My dad, he did. And so then I had to like pay even more money for them to fix what he messed up, and I feel so bad. I feel bad for even saying this on recording. Is this interesting? Like, it's just like, how do you even go to your dad and be like, brother, you can't do this anymore. Father, not brother. Father, you can't do this anymore. Like, that is just, it's over for you. I'm sorry. Cause I could die, you know? But I literally never told him. And I had to pay like 1,500 in repairs one time to fix the stuff that he messed up. Ooh. And I just never told him. Cause how can I how can I as a daughter mess with my dad's pride? You know, he's supposed to be caring for me and he's trying his best. So we'll just let him mess up and I'll just keep getting repaired after, okay? And the funny thing is I told my whole my family, we have a family group chat, but then we just have a girls group chat and we also have a girls group chat with my mom too. And so I told this in the girls group chat with my mom, my sisters and my mom, and they also were like, "Well, we can't tell him either." So I think it's just decided that we'll just never tell him that he's been messing up stuff. So now anytime I have a problem with my car, like I low key don't even want to tell him because I don't want him to try to fix it himself, which is not good. I'm hiding stuff from my dad, guys. Because the last time I had to get there was something wrong with my car. I don't even know what was wrong with it anymore. I don't know. There's been so many problems. I don't even remember what situation this is. Last time I had something wrong with my car. He tried to fix it first. Then it broke down again, literally like a few days later. And I was like, okay, maybe we should just take it to the shop. Maybe we can, but you just take it to the shop. Because I had been urging him to take it to the shop because I'm like, I need my car. I need my car. I drive all day at work. And then I also like have been traveling a little bit more. So I need a car to travel. There's no other option. I mean, I could fly, but no, I'm not doing that. Okay. Like, I need my car to travel and for work. I was at one point doing stuff where I needed to go from site to site to site, driving my own personal vehicle. And so I told him before he even tried to fix it himself, I'm like, we could just take it to the shop. I'll just pay for it. And he was like, nope. And then eventually he had to take it to the shop anyway because he didn't know what he was doing. Oh, I feel bad for putting this out there. I just isn't that crazy though? Like that you lie about things to help people's ego, to help boost people's ego. Like I love lying. And I do think it's good for the world to lie. But how do you even navigate that situation? Like I could just never tell him the truth. Like I, I just got to go to my deathbed with that because how am I going to tell my dad that he messed up? There's no way. Telling the man that raised me that he messed up. I wish I was so bold, but I'm not. So that's unfortunate. I do think I might hold up. Sorry. I'm reading my text, which is not good to do in the middle of the podcast. I do think I might cut this episode a little short because honestly, I feel like when I record at nighttime it's 9:40. I feel like I don't have a voice. Like I feel like I'm like forcing the words out of my mouth for some reason, which is weird. Like I don't know. Like, I haven't even been talking that much today. Like I went to work, talked the normal amount, did a mic, and now I'm here. But I don't know. Maybe it's the coke that's like coating my throat. I just blaming anything on soda. I will blame anything on soda because I don't drink it that often. Um, but I just feel like I can't talk. I feel like I'm pushing the words through my vertebrae. I don't know. But I did want to do the I'm doing this now, okay? I'm doing this now for this week, okay? I wrote it down so that I would be prepared, okay? Look at that. I did write it down, okay? Oh, this. Did you know in adulthood, you can just make challenges for yourself, okay? And this is going to be dumb what I'm about to say. because I know it's like a certain word for it. Like there's like a scientific thing for it. But I did this when I got home today from the mic. I just set a 10-minute timer. I was like, let me see how much my house I can clean in 10 minutes. And you don't realize like how much time that is for real. Like it took me less than 10 minutes to like probably like 5 minutes to put away my dishes. I have been putting off putting up my dishes for far too long than I wanted to admit on this podcast right now, okay? But I have been prolonging putting off up the dishes. And I set a 10-minute timer. And not only did I put up the dishes, I put away games that I brought to the party. I tidied up a little bit. It's crazy, guys. So if you are feeling discouraged and doing things, set a timer. And I know that's been there, done that. Everybody says that. But it really helps, guys. Not to be like, I don't know. I feel like Marie Kondo is her name, the girl who organizes shit. Marie Kondo. I don't know. Like I'm like Marie Kondo for time management. Like sometimes you all you want is a nap. All I wanted was a nap when I got home. And I was like, let me set this 10-minute timer, clean up as much as I can. Let me put up the tripod, film an episode that's maybe gonna take like 40 minutes of my time. And everything will be okay. And it is, guys. Just set a timer. I think after this, like, I could film the whole hour, but I might set another 10 minutes. See if I can wash the dishes that are in the sink that I haven't been able to put in the dishwasher because I didn't put away the dishes that were in the dishwasher, you know? And then I think it also helps with this is such a riveting episode. But I think it me talking about chores for 10 minutes, but I do think it helps then also because then you realize how little time things take. Like all this time I was like I'm not going to do that cuz it's going to take too much time. I just set a 10-minute timer, got 3 things knocked off my to-do list. Nothing takes as much time as you think it is. And also I will say I was rushing, which I have been rushing through lots of things, and I've been hurting myself by rushing, stubbing a lot of toes, slamming a lot of fingers into things. I literally shoved my finger into like a pot today and like busted my skin because I was moving too fast at work. So maybe don't do that, Maybe take your time with things if you need to. But if you need that extra encouragement, set a timer and get as much as you can get done in a 10-minute period, 15 minutes, and you'll feel so great. Or also, I've been like, as I said, I read a book, I read a chapter of a book, because I had like this awkward space of time, like I do now, an awkward space of time where I didn't have anything to do. And if you just like think like, oh, I have an hour, what can I do that's like productive or creative or like feeding into my soul instead of like doom scrolling, you'll feel better about yourself. And it's like we all know this, we've all heard this, like get off your phone, do things. We know that. Okay. But I think sometimes we need the reminder. I definitely needed the reminder. Um, there goes a burp. But I did need the reminder because I've been doom scrolling a bit. And it's not good. It's not good. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing this now. I'm setting timers with realistic goals of when I can get things done. Or not even like when I can get these done. Like if I can only get half of putting the dishes away in 10 minutes, like that is still better than not putting the dishes away at all, you know? And that is on adulting. Shout out adulting. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I'm not doing this though. I'm not doing this. Okay. This is all such adult things. These are just things that happen when I literally walked into the door. But I'm not doing this anymore. I am not forgetting to save people's numbers. I have a problem, guys. I keep racking up numbers in my phone, telling people to text me, and I don't know who they are. I'll just be talking to somebody thinking I'm talking to somebody else, and I'm not talking to them because I forget to save a number. And it's really bad, especially because I don't save numbers to coworkers, and I'm kind of a manager. I was about to be like I'm low key a manager. Even saying kind of a manager is crazy. I am a manager. I am a manager, and so I need to talk to a lot of different people. and I don't be saving these people's numbers. And so I literally had to search our text for like something that I previously talked to this person about to figure out who it is. I will say for work, I do keep all my contacts in a Google contact. So I have references for who everybody is. I know who everybody is. Okay. I can figure it out if I wanted to, but I don't have their number saved in my phone. Okay. And the thing goes for social situations too. Like since I just had my party, I gave a lot of people my number. A lot of the new people I gave my number, and have not saved their numbers yet. So I'm not doing this. I'm not forgetting to save people's numbers because it is important to save people's numbers so that you know who you're talking to. If anybody needs to hear that, I don't know if I'm just like preaching to myself right now, but I mean everything in this podcast is preaching to myself. Nobody listens to this, okay? But save people's numbers so that you know who you're talking to. I think that's a really important part of life if you haven't been doing that, okay? I don't know. I know this one is going to be short, but I think I'm okay with that because last episode we had a guest and that was fun. And I have lots, I think, that I want to say next week. Um, okay, but I feel like is there something that I'm looking forward to? I'm hanging out with a new friend. That's something that I'm looking forward to on Sunday when I'm going to Botanical Gardens. I am. Also, I got accepted to my third ever comedy festival. So congrats to me. Props to me. Yes, clap it up for me. I got accepted to a comedy festival in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So check me out there in October. If anybody listening is from Chattanooga, if any of my 3 friends listening happen to be in Chattanooga from October 22nd to the 25th, see me then. Also, I'm going to Mexico. September. I'm excited. What are we doing for Labor Day, guys? I need Labor Day plans. Maybe after this, I'll save all the numbers that I have in my phone and I'll text people what's happening Labor Day. Should I throw a Labor Day party? Potentially. Potentially, that could be good. But we'll see. Guys, I think I might have time to do the dishes, get in a 15-minute power nap, and still hit the Limerick open mic, okay? Do you think I can do it? Maybe. Check back next episode to find out. How about that for a teaser? Sounds like Survivor, a Survivor episode. I love Survivor, man. I need to watch that again. What have y'all been watching? Let me know in the comments. All right. My name is Angel. This has been the podcast. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes. What can I say about you're welcome? And thank you for watching. Okay. Bye.